Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. So it's June 20th, 2020. Excuse my appearance. I ain't wake up too long ago. Found some wild shit on YouTube. I'm pretty sure y'all have heard of the comedian slash radio host Ricky Smiley. Peep the fly shit. Peep the fly shit. Should have watched this video. Listen to this shit.
You see this right here? This is Sunday, September 1963. Addie Mae Collins, Denise McNair, Carol Robertson, Cynthia Wesley. Four little girls came to Sunday school. A bomb was put somewhere right here. Right here. And they bombed this church. And they killed these girls. Right here. Right here. Everybody upset about Target, but you forgot about this. Everybody mad at Funny Man, but you forgot about this. See? Sometime in order to know your future, you have to know your history. September the 15th, 1963, right here, they blew a hole so big in this window. They brought those girls' bodies out through this window. The hearses was parked right there.
The hearses.
They brought all those little girls' bodies out of this window right here. See? Don't forget about all of the years of oppression and how they murdered us. I'm standing right here on the side of 16th Street Baptist Church. That park right over there. Right over there, across the street, is where Dr. King then marched. Civil rights protests. Right over there is where dogs was sick on black people. And the Birmingham Fire Department released hose pipes to shoot water on people. Kelly Ingram Park. See, don't get it twisted. Before we start getting mad about all of these business, cause I'm so mad right now. Whatever, listen. Sometimes it takes something. Sometimes in order for
Peep
the
the
new
fly
grass
shit.
to
He's
grow,
not
you have
done
to
yet.
burn the old grass.
Check it out. I'm gonna fast forward a
Just
little bit
remember,
and watch this shit about
while
to
we
show
all
us.
get
Listen, look at what they have in the park. Look, it literally says, "Why spend first class money and be treated as a third class citizen?" They have that in that park, the park where Martin Luther King protests. Check the fly shit. Peep this shit.
this is a part where Dr. King spoke. Just want to give you a little history lesson.
Check that shit out. Check this frame. Look at this frame. Look at that frame. Black families in prison, bro. This is a park. This is a park where Martin Luther King protested. You see this? Peep the fly shit.
They put a lot of black teenagers in jail.
Look, it's a married couple.
They treated our
At a
people so
certain
bad we
angle,
had
they're
to come
behind bars.
to have it's a shame to even have to have a museum like this. It's a shame to even have to have a museum like this while
Museum.
everybody mad let's go back on history. Let's check out history. Want to get mad? Everybody want to be mad?
Look at this
Remember
monument.
this? Why are you mad?
Look, you see this monument? Look at this monument. We worried about Christopher Columbus statues? What?
This is still going on.
Look.
You see that? You see this? This is what they did to our teenagers. This is what they did to our teenagers when they came down here and tried to peacefully protest. This sculpture is dedicated to the foot soldiers of the Birmingham Civil Rights Movement. Come on. While everybody mad, we forget real quick the fact that you have to dedicate a whole goddamn part to something like this. This shouldn't be happening in this country.
So you see the channel. I'm not subscribed because the device I'm on right now is just like a regular YouTube channel. I mean, a regular YouTube app. I don't have, this is just for that. This is the only channel I have. So it's like, we worried about Christopher Columbus statues, right? But we still got that active. What does them statues send you a sign of? Like, I want you to think about this. Like, really sit down and use your brain. Like, check it out. Peep game. Martin Luther King got killed. He got assassinated, right? So that in itself, what did that say? You want to act like Martin Luther King? That's how you're going to end. You're going to get smoked, right? Behind Martin Luther King, you heard what he said. That was one of the parks where he did a peaceful protest, right? After his protest, what did they do to how would you say that? He left his mark on that park for being protesting Martin Luther King, right? On top of his mark, they stomped on that shit. In the streets, when people do tagging, the graffitis, you know, like if you go to a war and you tag something and somebody bombs you, in other words, somebody tags over your shit, that's what they did with the monuments. Because back then, they known that park for where Martin Luther King protests. Now, that park is a symbol. If you protest, this is what's going to happen. This is what happened. We put black families in prison. One angle it looked like a prison, the other angle looked like they were getting married. They had dogs. Why all the statues, why all the monuments were all black? So it looked like a black cop doing that to a black guy? Like what? So when you say, why did Colin Kaepernick take a knee during the national anthem? Right? This is why. In the second verse of the national anthem, they talk about dropping bombs in the air, right? That's what it says, bombs bursting in the air. They're not talking about bombs falling out of a plane, morons. When they put a bomb at the bottom of a church, guess what? There's still air there at that bottom, at the ground. There's still oxygen there. And that bomb exploded in the air. These are your bombs that the U.S. government was dropping on the black man back in the days. That's what the national anthem is about. The national anthem isn't about the U.S. bombing another country and we're at war. No. The national anthem is a racist cry, bro. Listen to the entire song. Because that first verse makes it sound patriotic until the second verse tells you who the targets were. Like, what? So what's your national anthem stand for? That's a racist song, bro. Like, how you still got a park that's a museum that's dedicated to what actually happened instead of the fallout? What was the fallout of them protests? Allegedly, we got our rights, right? Allegedly. So if we got all our rights back then, What are we fighting for now? And that's what we're saying. We still want to be equal. Black Lives Matter. That means we weren't equal back then. That means everything that they fought for, the reason why Martin Luther King got killed basically was for nothing, because nothing happened. We still in the same situation. It's to the point that they made a park in Alabama to show you this is what's going to happen if you keep fucking around. That's trying to beat you mentally. Like, what's the message there? Where? Like, I don't understand. And yet, whoever is watching this video, please, I don't care if you share my video. I don't care if you make your own video with your own content about this subject. I don't care if you use my exact content. I don't care. My objective is to get the information out. So please, whoever's watching this video, I know you definitely got a bigger platform than me because I only got 2 subscribers. I'm fucking just starting. Excuse me. So if you have more than 2 subscribers, please talk about this shit, because this is some real life shit. This is the games that they play, right? They'll make you think you're progressing in life and you're not, because there's only one change we need. I hear all these people talking about all these subjects that, all right, prime example. Today, you'll make a video on some shit that you think is important. Tomorrow, somebody will find something that's more important. The other days, what everybody was talking about, we got all these racist statues coming down. Christopher Columbus, baseball fucking organizations is taking down their old owners' monuments because their old owners was racist. I dig that. What about this fucking whole park? That's dedicated, a whole monument is that, and it's so when you be like, yo, they want to change. What I say in my other video, when you want to change, right? What do you have to do personally when you want to change? It's the first thing you do. You recognize all your own problems, right? Because don't nobody know what's going on with you the most but you. So you got to recognize your own problems, bring that shit up to yourself, and then fix it, right? So the more and more that we keep bringing these shits up, it's showing you how disingenuine they're being. Because it should be them saying, yo, we got all these fucked up monumental parks, all these parks with all these monuments dedicated to this kind of shit. We need to take that down. Not people like Ricky Smiley bringing you the attention. Because that means if you don't know that that park existed, they're not going to tell you, which means they're not going to bring it down. That's the gist. That is the disingenuous shit I'm talking about. Because what if Ricky Smiley never said that, right? Let's say he never brought that park to our attention. Let's say nobody ever did that, right? And we followed through with this whole Black Lives Matter. They defund the police. Whatever takes place, takes place. Let's say it happens. And it's 5 years from now. And we thought we took all these statues down. And then one day somebody just says, yo, what the fuck is this? And then they show you the park. Are you still gonna view that person the same? Because that person knows what they did wrong. That person, they know what they put up and where. Why do we have to go seek it and say, yo, you got to take this down, instead of them on their own saying, yo, we got to take this shit down before they see it, because it's going to make it worse. So when y'all be like, yo, we need the peaceful protests, right? When the fuck was they peaceful to us? When? Show me a time when they were peaceful. We're standing up for us to be treated equal, and they're not being peaceful. Why is it we always getting smacked, hit, attacked by dogs, shot, rubber bullets getting shot with rubber bullets, real bullets, getting hit with water hoses, nightsticks. Now they got tasers, dogs. They got all this shit, right? When they want to come for us. But when it's time for us to stand up, we have to be peaceful. I don't understand why we keep getting smacked in the face. We the victims, but we have to keep being peaceful. We've been being peaceful since before Martin Luther King. You remember the songs the slaves used to sing? They were shackled up, bound up, singing songs, right? So they could do their jobs, their slave jobs, what they were commanded to do. They were singing them songs to break the bondage of the mind so they could do what they had to do so they wouldn't get killed, fucking whipped, whatever, right? So they wouldn't get more prosecuted, right? That was their form of protest, because that's all they had the space to do. They didn't have the space to congregate and march. The only thing they were allowed to do was fucking sing. And even then, when motherfuckers first started singing, they was getting whipped. Until somebody told them, yo, like, come on. Like, you whipping these niggas, they ain't working. When they singing, they're a little bit more at peace, they're working harder. Think about that. Where was the change from then to now? From the 60s to 2020, what has changed? Because they was talking about how police is beating us down, right? Ain't we mad that George Floyd got killed by a cop and all these other people got killed by cops? Isn't that what they were addressing, the injustices? I thought that's what we were addressing. Where's the change? When did the change happen? It's like I keep saying this shit over and over. I keep hearing all these people talking about statues and sports and fucking whatever type of shit, right? It's almost like Corona doesn't exist anymore, right? It's almost like everything that you think is important isn't as important as what we should really be directing our energy to. So it's almost like they got us distracted with all this shit, and the more info we see, they appease us to try to get us not to see where the actual problem in lies, so we can actually solve the issue. So they're more or less like, okay, because the best example I could give you is when you catch a case, right? You'll do like 1 or 2 things wrong, but they'll hit you with like 9 charges. But then when you get convicted, you'll probably only get convicted of 1 or 2 or 3, but you got arrested under 9 charges, right? So you're like, yo, we need this, we need that, we need that, we need that, right? But they know in the grand scheme of things, all the things we need, they're all small potatoes. So like, yo, let's give them all these little tater tots, because they're small potatoes. We're going to give them all these tater tots so they don't ask for the steak and lobster that's right there. Let's let them think that the tater tots and french fries, that's the main course. So the minute we take down all these statues and all this irrelevant shit that don't have a actual effect on us, because how is that statue helping you not get a job? Like, that statue isn't coming down, holding you down for that cop to do whatever to you. What's that statue do? Because I had a statue in in the town I was born in, and the statue didn't do shit to me. It didn't bother me. Every time I walked by it to go to the block and whatever, every time I did whatever, that shit didn't bother me. That statue ain't, because I already knew deep down that statue ain't mean shit. That statue wasn't for me. If anything, that statue was more against me than for me. So that shit ain't bothered me. You know what I'm saying? The only way, if a statue bothers you, my brother, my sister, you have to reinforce that mental state of mind. Your shit got to be stronger than that. Because these niggas been doing psychological wars since before your great-great-great-great-grandparents was born. That's how far they've been going into this shit. We've been thinking niggas is playing Monopoly. We've been thinking niggas is playing tag and fucking Connect 4 and shit. Checkers. These niggas been playing chess the whole entire time. Get what I'm saying? These niggas, they don't care. They don't care. Because if they did, like I said, we wouldn't be bringing this stuff to their attention. They'd be bringing it to our attention. They'd be like, damn, we didn't realize we was doing all this shit wrong. Look at all this fuck shit we've been doing all this time. That's not what's happening. We saying, look at all this fuck shit you've been doing all this time. Shouldn't the real question be, what makes everything roll, right? Everything that's made roll in the United States is from that Constitution. Everything rolls down from that Constitution. That in lies where our problem is. Please, spread this shit out there, because all these actors, these fucking rappers, these fucking celebrities, all these rich people, all these people that you know that are famous, right? These niggas telling you to protest, all this. Like I said, I'm not going to act like I know everything, because I don't. The more I learn, the more I understand that the time before I learned whatever I just learned, I ain't know shit. Because the minute you learn some shit, that means everything you knew, when you're learning more. You get what I'm saying? And what we learning from them is that they don't care about us. They don't care about how we feel. They don't care. Because the one change, because they not talking about it, is the Constitution. They telling you about statues and all this shit that's irrelevant. Because you know how much it costs to get, because you know how the government works. They need a toilet, they're going to charge like 9 G's to the fucking government account for a fucking toilet that you're going to pay like $200-300 for at Home Depot. That's just how they go, right? So imagine how much they're going to pay, how much manpower it costs to get them statues, get them to wherever they're going and do whatever it's going to do to. Imagine how much money that is that you're wasting. My nigga, the town that I'm from, the fucking chick that runs the town, she literally just wasted police funds on arresting somebody for letting off fireworks. Yesterday. That's June 19th, 2020. You telling me with all this shit that's going on, what's important to you is somebody letting off fireworks. That shows you how much they care about us. There's only one thing that has to be done. You don't got to break down statues. You don't got to do none of that shit. There's only one thing that's going to make the change to make us all equal, and that's opening up that Constitution and making us all 5/5 of a man. That's where we are made equal. It's not that dollar, because if everybody got $1 million, everybody got $1 billion, guess what? The minute you get it to $1 billion, there's some new increment that we cannot reach that they got. So if $1 billion today, the $1 billion increment is the increment you can't make, they will make up some shit that's like $1 trillion squared. And that's how much money they got. So now your billion is basically like $100. Your billion don't mean shit. So financial gain only goes so far. That's not where it's at. Taking down these statues, that's not where it's at. Defunding police, that's not where it's at. None of that is the change we need. None of that. You open that Constitution, that's where we are made equal. In the Constitution, they are 5/5 and we are 3/5. That's why when you go to get a job, they look at you like that. That's why when you go to your education, your education ain't to par as theirs is. Get what I'm saying? Your upbringing ain't as good. You're getting viewed a certain way. Why? Because you're the easy target. Why you're the easy target? Because A, you're already mad. Why you already mad? Because of your past. So you already viewed upon as the ignorant, angry person that all you got to do is bloop, and you're going to send that motherfucker off the cliff, and he going to give us all the ammo we need to arrest this man. It's that simple. How do I know? Because I was that angry man. It was anything. You pull me over, forget it. I'm trying to fight this cop. I'm trying to take his gun out. All kinds of retarded shit. Because I was just ignorant like that. You know what I mean? And that's not... Well, we need the changes in the Constitution. Anything less than that, you remember the old, what was it, Right Guard commercial or the Old Spice commercials? Anything less is uncivilized. Remember that? That's the only change we need is the Constitution. Everything will fall down behind it, man. Open your eyes. Somebody please share this information to everyone who has them big platforms. Word it on your own, I don't care, because we need this change. Stop looking for credit. Credit don't mean shit. Word up. Credit, you should feel that in here. Because the minute you look for the credit, your blessing is gone. Forget it. You know what I mean? Your credit is the blessing. So don't do that to yourself. Because you're minimizing your actual blessing. Spread the info, man. Open our minds. We need to unite. Stop fighting each other, man. All y'all trollers, y'all got that energy. Direct that energy to the right enemy. Your brother next to you ain't your enemy. He's your brother, and we need to be in arms. And direct that energy to your lawmakers. That's the enemy. They're going to make you believe burning down your own neighborhood is the burning down that we need. No, we do need to burn shit. We need to burn they shit, not our shit, they shit. Because until they feel the effect of it, they're not going to care. They never been enslaved. They kids never been targeted. They didn't deal with that, so they only understand some of it. You know how that saying go. You never truly understand what someone's going through until it's you in their shoes. There's something that the way the law is made, they will never experience that, so they will never understand that. And that's not something we want for them anyway. We want to be like them. We don't want them to come down to us. We want to be equal. We don't want them to experience the police brutality that we experience, because that means we ain't going nowhere. We trying to kill all that negative energy. You know what I'm saying? We need to get rid of that. All that shit that's meant to divide people, that's all that negative, man. We need to get away from that. It don't matter. It don't matter what the ancestors did. Just let go of that. We're all with this. Yo, they've been doing this, and I get it. But If you want someone to change, you can't keep throwing it in their face everything they've been doing every 2 seconds, because the conversation ain't gonna progress. We're still gonna be talking about what happened 1,000 years ago, what happened 100 years ago, what happened 50 years ago, what happened last week. Instead of making the conversation about, we're gonna get back to you taking accountability, but we need to make sure going forward, this shit don't happen no more. So fix the problem and then address to make sure it doesn't happen anymore. Man, we need to unite and stop making unimportant shit important, man. Open your brains. For real, for real. This is we are 5/5, because that's what we all need to be. 5/5. That's what makes us equal. That's what makes a whole in the United States. A 5 makes a 1. We 3. We need to all be 5. Open your minds.